Now I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizons all we know. In the city, no one hears your cries. Desperate to escape, but there's nowhere to go. We were born to live and die, locked in a hellhole under a burning sky. The war games of yesteryear, poison that keeps us trapped in the city that never sleeps. Alright, okay, so, sorry about the mess up with the time. Basically, my little boy is not very well today, and so he was off school, so I was watching him, so I couldn't do the stream at the planned time. So I'm surprised that there's anyone at all here, but we do have Matthias is here. Hi Matthias, thanks for joining me. And Mark is here. Thanks for being here, Mark. First time you've managed to watch a session as it happens. Oh, maybe, okay, so maybe the screw up with the time has worked to your advantage. So I didn't think I'd be able to stream it all today, but then it seems that quite a few people around here are ill at the moment because I've had a couple of youngsters that I teach that have cancelled this evening's guitar lessons, and so therefore I thought, well, you know what I'll do is I will just shove a stream in where I would normally be teaching. The sound is very distorted. Really? That's odd because it all sounds good here. What's it like for you, Mark? Is it Matthias's gear, or is it bad for you too? Because I'm not sure what to say. As everything sounds good here. It's on me a bit now. I don't know what to. Let me just check a couple of things. The input level all seems to be okay. Sounds like I'm going through a ring modulator. Oh dear. Well, in that case, we do have a problem. Okay. I'll tell you what. Right, I'll tell you what then. I'll run an ad. That's what I'll do. I'll run an ad while I just check everything. Let's just have a little check of everything. Okay, ad time. Okay, I've just spotted something that it might be. Give me one moment. Okay, right. So I've rebooted the interface that I'm using for the stream. So you'll just have to let me know if it sounds any better. If it doesn't, then we'll have to decide whether it's intolerably bad, whether I should continue, or whether I should maybe try and restart the stream. Well, to be honest, I'm not going to have time to mess about, so I think if it continues to sound bad, then I will just call it. It still sounds bad. Okay. Right then. Well, I don't think that there's anything more I can check, because all the things that I can check look absolutely fine. Right, I'm just going to mute the microphone for one moment and go to the stream flyer, and we'll see. Yeah, bear with me just one more moment again. Okay, there's a hiss even in the pause. Well, there will be some hiss. There will be some hiss because because my old drum machine makes some hiss, and that is being used in the project. But if I turn this down, at that point the hiss should be gone. And back. Oh, is that okay? Right. Okay. Well, I don't know what I did, because I unplugged a few things and plugged them back in again. So I wish I'd done them one at a time and let you tell me when I fixed it now. But anyway, at least it's fixed, right? So, okay, right. Some hiss is right. Okay, that was a crazy hiss, was it? All right. Okay. Right. Now, the thing is today I've only got an hour because I've got a lesson coming, and now I haven't even got an hour. I've got 50 minutes. So let's crack on with things, okay? Let's go to the iPad, and there. That view will do us for the moment. Right, so you can see the project. The intro, I'm very happy with. May add a few little touches to it. I'm quite happy with the verse. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect mix, but the content of that I'm pretty happy with. The vocal's a little pitchy here and there, I think. I think the vocal is going to need redoing, but I'm not worried about that right now. Oh, hi, Maz. Well, don't worry about being late, because the first few minutes were a bit of a mess because there was some kind of an audio issue, but we seem to have fixed it now. So thanks for joining us, man. Now, the pre-chorus. while I was listening to that, you may remember if you were watching yesterday that I was struggling with the chorus. I just couldn't find a rhythm that I liked. I may have fixed that, but we'll come to that in a moment. So in the pre-chorus, I'm liking the content of it, but what I'm finding is it's because I was using the glitchy distorted guitars that I created, thanks to suggestions from the chat, and I'm using those in the first half of the pre-chorus, and then I wanted the second half of it to really pick up. So the drum rhythm changes, and guitars come in, and it sounds completely different than the first half of the bridge. And I feel like it needs something to link those two things together, or else I need to do it very differently. So let me just play you the pre-chorus so you can hear what I'm on about.
Never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizon's all we know. In the city, no one hears your cries. Desperate to escape, but there's nowhere to go. What did they do?
Right. So I'm wondering if I just had something that is in the second half happening during the first half, that might just tie it together a little. It might not be quite such a big, drastic change. So my first thought is, I can't bring in these nice big chunky guitars over this glitchy guitar, because I tried it before and the two things don't sit together very well. But maybe the octave guitar that I added yesterday, maybe that could work. So here's a little Cubasys tip for you. What I'll do is I want to copy these two guitars across to the first half of the pre-chorus, and so it would be nice and convenient if I could just snap them to the bar. As you can see, they don't snap to the bar at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I've got here, I've got snap to one bar activated. So I will snap this to the front of the bar and this. Then select both and copy. Now I'm going to undo. So I've undone those changes there. So even though I've copied and then undone, the copy still remains on the paste board, if you like. So where should that come in? It should come in there. I'll select this guitar here, and hopefully when I paste it just here, there you go. So that's snapped to the bar. And now I can take snap to bar off here and just drag those out there. Look, okay. So let's see if this part sounds any good over this first section. Hey Mars, thanks for joining us. On my Patreon account, I've been giving away codes for the new in-app purchase inside DRC, which just so happens to be very cyberpunky kind of sounds, which I'm loving, and I'm already using one of those sounds in this track, at least one, maybe more. Yeah, just one for the moment, but I'm sure there's more to come because they are excellent sounds. And Imaginando were really generous, so I've actually given away 9 of 10 codes. So if you're a member of my Patreon, then jump on there and tell me you want a code. I've got 1 left to give away. Right, okay, yes. So let's have a listen to this, see if this works over this section.
Now I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizon's all we know.
think that works, but maybe we don't want all of it. Maybe like I could chop off the first part. Let's just zoom in here. And actually what I ought to be doing is using this camera here. And we'll select both of those. They are brilliant sounds, aren't they? Right, let's just chop this bit off.
Now I've never seen the world with my own eyes.
Maybe. Now I might need to play it in again, but let's just play with this. Let's just see if it's going to work. Chop those off. Where would it come in again?
The virtual horizon's all we know. In the city, no one. Now I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizon's all we know. In the city.
Right, and then maybe chop this bit out here as well. So that would be like there to there.
In the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizon's all we know. In the city, no one hears your cries.
Right, okay, so I think I'm going to have to play that in again, but I think that works. Maybe slightly different than that, but let's just grab a guitar. And just get comfortable. Okay, we'll arm the guitar. Insert tuner and just have a quick tune. Make sure I'm nice and in tune before I play anything in. It's always the G. On every guitar ever. Okay. And yeah, bridge pickup. Okay. Let's have a listen to these guitars and pick up what's happening here. And then the next one. And the last one. Right, okay. So now that I seem to have got that, I'll just select these 6 chunks of audio and mute them. Take the solos off. And we'll come back here.
I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual.
Now, does it want a slide on the end or something? I am not sure.
I've never seen the world with my own eyes.
Yeah.
The virtual horizon's all we know.
this one.
Horizons, all we know. Virtual horizons, all we know. In the city, virtual horizons, all we know. In the
What if it didn't drop out there but did something muted or something? So the first part is... and then the next bit is... let me just unmute these two and have a listen to them again. So, select... unmute.
virtual horizons, all we know. In the city. Virtual horizons, all we know. In the city, no one. Virtual horizons, all we know. In the city.
I think that might work. So, sorry to ignore the chat for a moment. I'm just trying to... I'll catch up with you in a moment. I'm just... while this idea is flowing. I can't remember the first one now. I knew that happened. I should maybe just put the first one down.
I've never seen the world with my own eyes.
I don't even need to put them all down together. Right, okay. Let's see how far we get. So I'll mute these. Mute. And mute. And then...
I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizons, all we know. In the city, no one hears your.
I think I played that differently. I think I played it differently. On this one.
Horizons, all we know.
But does it sound alright? Don't matter if it's different.
Horizons, all we know. In the city.
I think it does sound alright. Doesn't matter if it's different than the first one. So if I just right, let's just put snap to bar on for a moment. I'll show you what I do. Quite often, I don't always do things like this, but quite often I'll use this method. I'll just take the monitor off for the moment, get rid of the guitar hiss. Now, if I select these and get rid of them, now I've snapped this to the bar here and here. I can now move it to where I want it. Right, so my point is, I quite often use a guitar, when I'm doing like lots of guitar tracks, I quite often use one track there's like an input where I've got my tuner and everything set. I'm not using the exact guitar sound that I'm going to use in the mix. I'm just using a sound, something sort of close, and get a load of guitars recorded, like a sausage factory, just getting them all recorded, and then I move them to the tracks that I want them to be on, and then keep using the same track to record on. Now, we'll have to make this join on here. Little fade like that should be alright. Move that one across already. And let's chop this dead space out of here. And here. Have a listen to that.
The world with my own eyes. The virtual horizons all we know. In the city.
Right, now that muting, did I do that kind of straight? Right, I did. Okay. Right, let's put one in for the other side of the mix. So that's the left-hand side. Let's record the right-hand side.
I've never seen the world with my own eyes. I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizons all we know. In the city, no.
Right, now let's just make sure I played them the same. Right, okay, that's close enough. Take the guitar monitor off, and I'll just tidy these up, then I'll catch up with you in the chat. Right, drag this over here, put a little fade on, chop out this dead air here. And here. Now, of course, after everything I've just said, I'm smartening this up on the track that I've recorded it in on, which is not what I want to be doing. But if I just snap this to bar just here, right, and then grab both of these, pull them up here, then take snap to bar off again. Now just put that fade in there and a fade here. Okay. And of course, they're all the wrong colour now, but I can soon rectify that. I think it's that one. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's take off the solos, take off the mutes, have a quick listen.
Now I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizon's all we know. In the city, no one hears your cries. Desperate to escape, but there's nowhere to go. What did they do?
I'd also like to add a scrape, I think, on one of the other tracks. But for the moment, let's just check up with the chat. High flood risk right now. Really? And you're living on the ground floor near the river. Oh dear. Sorry, I realise I've gone all silent while I'm reading, but it's just I'm quite concerned. Right, okay, well I hope everything will be alright, Matthias. You have to keep a close eye on that, and I shall keep checking in on you. Right, so a scrape. Yes, I was on about a scrape. So let's see now. I was thinking that maybe it might be quite nice if something like here. A long scrape. Now it's very difficult to do a scrape and then record it again the same or same-ish for the other side. So I might do a pan across. Just record it on one side and pan it across. That might be quite nice. Let's record one. Right, take that monitor off and then have a listen. Right, I was thinking if I put this up here, maybe put it on this side. Now wait a minute, what's happening with the panning on? Because I've got some panning going on with these guitars here. Right, okay, so for that last bar, they are both in the middle. So if this was to then pan across, that might be quite effective. Right, let's just butt this up to here. Have a listen. In the city, no one hears your cries. Accidentally did a little record there. Right. So automation for this track. That would be track 30. There we are. Right, so pan. So the pan is at this side because this one's panned hard left. So I want it to go. I'll put a node in here and one over here. Didn't draw the one over here. Drawing these nodes in with the mouse is a little on the tricky side. Right, so pull that one all the way over. And then we're going to need it to immediately jump back over here. So snap to bar off, draw. Let's undo that, shall we? That was an epic disaster. Try again. Right. And then I'll pull this back so that it's corrected. I ain't drawing automation in fun. There, right. Well, let's listen to just that. Right, it wants to jump back a little quicker. There, I think that should be all right. Yep, that's better. Okay. Take the solos off.
In the city, no one hears your cries. Desperate to escape, but there's nowhere to go. What did they do?
Okay, right then. Yeah, the sheet pack is amazing. It's fantastic. Jamie, unrelated question. If I may, do you use any kind of modeler on tours or shows, or do you take all your gear with you? Hey, Mr. Yellow Eyes. Thanks for being here. Pleasure to see you. Now. Oh, Audible. Dude. Well done. Excuse me. Well done catching the stream at this bizarrely different time. I do appreciate you all being here. I didn't really expect there to be anyone here at all, because obviously I had to change the stream time, which is never good. So yes, model a question. Right. Of course you can ask me any question you want. So as a rule, when I'm playing with bands, I don't use modeling very much at all. Although I absolutely love technology and I love iPads and interfaces, and I'm fascinated with modeling and stuff. But when I'm playing with a proper live band, as in, like no backing tracks and stuff like that, and a full live band, I like to use a proper amp, a proper rig, and some pedals, and stamp on them a lot. That's my preferred way of working. However, I do some gigs now and then. A theatre show gig I do as a stand-in once in a while. And a friend of mine who's got a backline free, he uses some tracks. So it's kind of like, it's just a 3-piece. And so there's some stuff on track. And he just takes a PA out. There's no backline whatsoever. Electronic drums and for that I use an iPad for my sounds, and I just use the I used to use the iRig Pro Duo, but now I don't need to take that with me because I got the iRig HDX, and so I just take that, plug it into the iPad, and the output from that goes to his mixing desk, and in that band I actually have my sound in a monitor. In the theatre band I have in-ear monitoring, which I'm not a massive fan of. It's kind of okay when I'm playing for a band where I'm just the guitarist or just the bass player. It's fine. But if I'm doing a band where I'm really trying to interact with the audience, I find in-ear monitoring to be really not conducive to that, because you're completely isolated. All you can hear is your mix. You can't hear the audience. And I like to play in old-fashioned bands, really, where where you jam and you shout things to each other on stage. Mostly insults, but occasionally, you might shout like "Go Round Again" if you're wanting to extend a section, or you might want to, if you're doing a song that's not going down so well, you might want to cut that one a bit short, just end it here, and you communicate with each other, and that's impossible to do with in-ears. So anyway, if you want to ask me any more about that, mate, you know how to get in touch with me, and I've got all the time in the world for you to help you with that stuff. Now, if you were watching yesterday, you will know that at the end of the stream, I was struggling. I was trying to get something together for a guitar part, or drums, or both, for the chorus, and I just couldn't quite find anything that I liked. I was experimenting with the guitar, I was experimenting with the drum pattern, and nothing was really kind of hitting me. And then just before I packed up last night and went in the house to get my dinner, I put a pattern in just over like the first couple of bars of the chorus on the drums, in the drum MIDI, and I like it. So I want to work with that, see if that is going to work for me. So let me just play you from the chorus so you can hear first pattern. We were born to live and die. Lord. Right, and then it goes into the pattern that I was arsing around with at the end of the stream. We were born to live and die. Right, well, that one that I was arsing around with at the end of the stream, that's certainly not working for me. So let's just get rid of that. And then let's copy this one across a bit and see if I can work with this. It's only got like kick and snare in it at the moment, but I'm not worried about filling the drums out. I'm just worried about having the rhythm there so that I can then work on a guitar part. I can fill out the drums later. I think I've gone one too far there. Right, so we were born to live and die, locked in a hellhole under a burning sky. The war games of yesteryear, the boys. Right, now let me just mute the vocal so I can just hear those drums real clearly. Where the bloody hell is my vocal? I think it's at the bottom, isn't it? Mute those. Right. Start it a bar back. Right, okay, so if I apply that rhythm to the power chords I was playing with yesterday. Is that third? When I was playing around with this idea yesterday, it wasn't this rhythm, but between the chords, I'm trying to go down a note. And then I want to do it on this E as well, and of course I can't. But if I went to drop D, that could work. I mean, I could put my 7 string on, but I'm wearing the 6, and I don't think I need to go any lower than a D. So let's just save time and just drop the tune in on this one. Right. And to the track. Am I putting an extra? Right, okay. I've no idea what's going to happen at the end of this. But while I've got this rhythm, I'll put it down. I don't expect it to be extremely tight at this point because remembering the changes in those rhythms is fucking me up, to be honest. Okay, it's not perfect, but what's happening here, is near the end of the chorus, we've got a chord that hangs on a bit longer. Right, okay. I've got some of those little rhythms that mixed up the wrong way round, but I'm so happy because I found a part that I really like that I think works. I only need it to be rough for now. What I need to know is what I'm putting down. So here, um, right, let's put the vocal back in because this needs to complement that as we get to the end of the chorus. Lose that bit off the end of this guitar because that's wrong. I think the last chord of this chorus hangs on too long as well. I think I need to move the beginning of the verse, of the second verse, in a bar. So if I was going to do that, how would I play the end of this chorus? Right, where does it kick in? Right, so it's the verse actually coming back in at the beginning of bar 93. So if I cut that rhythm short in the middle of bar 91 and move the beginning of the verse to the beginning of bar 92, I think that would work. So it's gonna. So it needs to take us. The drums need to take us up to the middle of bar 91.
City that never sleeps.
Dun, 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 dun. Snap to half a bar. Take that back to there. And then this chord will stop there. No. There. And then we pull everything else in a bar.
City that never sleeps.
And I think that's where our join is. All right, okay. So I may not appear to have got tons done, but in my head I've got loads done because I've got a rhythm that I like. I've got pretty much the guitar idea down. I need to work on it a little and put it down neater than that, but I have something now, and so that makes me feel like I can actually maybe possibly get this track finished in time for the end of Songtember because I've only just kind of got to a point where I know what I'm doing in the chorus. So I'm really, really happy with what I've got done today, and I'm extremely grateful to those of you who have joined me, considering that I had to change the streaming time at the last minute. So let me just catch up with you in the chat. I'm getting more and more concerned about you now, Mateus. So if I keep messaging you every 5 minutes to see if you're all right, you'll know why. Mississippi River, he gets flooded. Insurance covers rebuilding, and they build in the same spot. Can I say? Made some photos today. I'll try and post on my Instagram in a few hours if you're interested. We would be very interested. Yes, please do, and we will check that out. And we'll also keep on checking up on you, all of us. For some reason, the progression reminds me of 50s doo-wop. 50s. Really? Okay. So, well, let's just check that out, shall we? Guitar in, turn Goblin off. The chorus one, presumably, since that's what I've just been. I'm in drop D, Anna. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. And now I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying to unsee that. Thank you, Audible. Anyway, I had better bugger off because I've got a lesson in 15 minutes. I need to rearrange the studio in time for teaching. So thanks very, very much to those of you who have joined me today despite the changing of the streaming time. That is much appreciated. I'm just going to get this ready so I can play out with some audio. And I'm sorry about the audio glitching at the beginning of this stream. But thanks for helping me to sort it out. So let me know how you're going with your Songtember projects. Mateus, keep us updated how things are going with you because we're all worried about you now. And have a fantastic rest of your day. There's a little fly pissing me off. Have a fantastic rest of your day and try not to piss pants about. And I will spam the internet with flyers once I know when I'm going to be streaming again. I need to check on what's going on with my little boy. See you later. Take care.
Such a beautiful sky. It's hard to believe it's not real. We're all trying to get high, to escape the things we don't want to feel. Now I've never seen the world with my own eyes. The virtual horizon's all we know. In the city, no one hears your cries. Desperate to escape, but there's nowhere to go. What did they do? We were born to live and die, locked in a hell.